What am I looking for in the court record? I'm looking for something on the court record. Something to crack this case out open. And I bet you your friend looks through a lot of Epsom salts. Also, that job also had no kind of time off, understandably. Like, you're an assembly line worker, you're an assembly line worker day in, day out, because you will also be too tired to do anything else. You'd be too much in pain and too tired after one day to be doing anything else. And that's also was something I didn't want to be. What does it say? The green ticket from a pocket in form of some handwritten note in the back. I was just trying to figure out what am I trying to look at here. This is one thing that always gets me into these games, is trying to figure out what am I looking for. Kind of tiny script permission copyright by weapon. Yep, now you gotta stop what to do. That's nice. What do you want to do?
Hold it!
We're back alive. Okay, what am I trying to do here? What am I trying to do? It's the one she has, right? This is the one in Baskerville. This is the notes. The newspaper. Autopsy. Photo. Only I had a photo of him. Maybe this is it? You present this. Think this before, Mr. Greydon. Was it supposed to mean something? This was on the day of the murder. Wasn't pawn shop this mistake. Seen by defendant Mrs. Shroud that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. That somebody was you, of course. What's it, Mr. Grayson? More times now. Give me a second. That's not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. You skip your notice, but there's a small smear of blood on the disc. Yes, resulting from the person, the thumb, perhaps. That's right. The surface of this disc is covered in thousands of tiny metal bumps. And the skin is to acquire this, the thumb of the person who tried to suffer minor violations. So, while the disc bears remnants of that skirmish in the form of the smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the offspring also, a form of scratch. Just gracious, indeed, it must. Grayson. You refuse to allow the court officer to examine your arm before. You're going to refuse to allow them to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that this bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood in this disc. Well. It seems I underestimate you. What's the meaning of this? So you mean it now. You meant to have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempt to take the disc from the defendant. He's out of his hand. What's authentic here? Did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? Well, it's quite simple. You see, the disc was mine from the outset. Something going to take it in either get you out of pawn. What? See, Mr. Gray? Yeah, in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. According, you would tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing to do with Swerve and pawnbroker murder. Alright. Beat his first witness statement. Now we gotta beat his second witness statement. Same for Mr. Gilge, but your item belongs to me. The redemption ticket was stolen from you by the accused after the gathering on the day in question. Proceed at once to the shop and examine the situation of the Monaco. Was taken by the police. Boy, so I had no reason to break into the shop later that night. Yeah, Mrs. McGood laid up in flames. We're getting murder. That's my lord. What am I saying? Good lord. Saying the McGood was yourself for a credit? Yes, that's correct. Order well. I said just expect to hear that name in this courtroom again. According to what Gina told us, it's based upon that 2 months ago. He's put himself instructions deposited at the window breaks. Based on his claim the disc belonged to him then, isn't it? And I don't like it, he's lying. It's not familiar to win breaking order to get his hand. Yes. Let's see what this man's got for us.
Hold it!
Explain how this belongs to you. Reserve. Communication of success to myself commands a fine salary. You're so quite strictly well dressed, sir. So, you see, I have little need to make use of services provided by the broombook trade. However, I did once find myself in difficult having misplaced my purse on an errand. So I pawned my fine black overcoat to the broker in question. And that was your overcoat? Obviously, with my haste, I clearly forgot that music disc was in the coat. Yet there's no other reason for Mr. Griddle. Click the wheel on a musical music. The first one to go to the gentleman's club in the city. This interest in discovered. That he said my pension in the area. So the quiz in question is the pre-production sample. I was thought Mr. Griddle hear it. And you forgot that it was in the pocket of the overcoat you were forced to pawn. Yes, exactly. Some test me 2 months ago, did she? No, because my son has a starting to keep her mouth shut, which means if you dig too deeply here, it's forced you into perjury. Oh dear, it's complicated, isn't it? Well, lifted the ticket from your pocket on back. That's right, despite being mindful of danger when walking areas.
Objection!
Interesting. She won't take a sense, but is a regular offender. With all the information you need to defend it. You were looking for her. That's what your command breaks.
Objection!
Okay, you leave it to my London friends for nonsense. Yeah, you got a cop putting your 2 cents on this thing.
Hold it!
Been remakes before? Once for the purpose of pawning something, but like me, I enjoy browsing such establishments. When you notice that the pawning poker has chased up there, is that correct? Right, I didn't notice that first. Only trying to recover what was rightfully mine in the first place. Don't we have evidence? Oh no, because we can't use... What is this? Oh, the skills I have in photography. Oh, nice! You're gonna become a photographer of sorts? And I don't know what type of... I know wedding photographers, nature photographers, and stuff like that, but I don't know the specifics of what those are called.
Hold it!
Yes, it was second money expectation here, wasn't it? That's right. It was very man.
Is that right?
Let's go as evidence.
Excuse me.
Inspector? What do you mean? Last time my progressive media since testimony seems to be troubling you somewhere. But no, it didn't. It's nothing. Leave it alone. Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland long gallery with good professions? Tell you something like that, Shine? What is it, Inspector? It's a vague injection secrets? School for 3 years, taking classes. Nice! Exactly, you should know all about it. Good, who died on straight after his trial 2 months ago. Man, we know him throughout the... It was great contribution to the public, it had a dark side too. We're going with this, fun sakes. Suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities, aren't they? It's enough. Couples like me have duties to carry out. We're not at liberty to talk about. That's all you need to know. It's confirmed by Long Shanghai person. Both Chris have great faith in you, Inspector. That man's poor fish and chips all squeezed in the middle. Yes, you want to get out of me? Yeah, I need Long Shanghai paw prints first. What's this all about? What's going on between Grayson and Lova and Sax here? That has revealed all he is at liberty to reveal. Good on. Tell us your testimony.
Hold it!
No, not at all. You was brought in by the police that says everything in the shop. The exceptions are you caught in the showers with common or garden by a brick. Case is clear. You broke into the shop later that day in order to recover. Missing man, even if I wanted to recover the disc, you may recall that it had been seized by the police that night. Finish up that. So I had no reason to break in. We're reaching for that, I'm sure. I think it's the music box.
Objection.
All hands almost points. Oh yes. Well, I hope your new job leads to a successful, for employmentship and also a successful enjoyment of what you do. Deposit at Mr. Winbeck's instructed. You knew that, and you went there for the intention of obtaining it for yourself. Sure, again, in any case, this was taken into custody for the peace afternoon. Witness had no reason to visit the pawnbroker again that night. Sorry, my learned friend. That's not true. What? Go ahead, another article of pawn swim breaks. And this second pawnbroker ticket approves. There are 2 articles belonging to Mr. Gurr in the Wind Brokery. The reason you broke into the shop that night was to recover the second one. Together, these 2 accomplices, the Sarkin brothers. Who had what had that man deposited? The article description reads, 1 small box. That description, it seems to me. Shouting that I walk into the pawn shop with these clowns and all, there's still some trinket box. We ought to go from also looking at graphical design. Ooh. I'll know next to nothing. I've seen graphic design, but I know next to nothing about it. So, how hard photography is to break into it. But you know what they say, you gotta stick your foot somewhere, right? But suspect that you did. This is a slip. I don't know if I do such a thing. Once the other card has been forfeited, I simply walk into the shop and purchase it. There will be absolutely no need for me to resort to theft. Indeed, that's what I get. So if I need the small box that very night, doesn't it?
Objection!
Don't put into this nonsense, my lord. Could you be a little less cryptic, one like Sykes? To be my learned friend argument, but the truth is quite unfavorable. The night in question, no small box was taken from the Windbreak Brokery. And rest assured, the prosecution can prove it. Yes, sir. All self-taught. I mean, a lot of people with businesses are started from self-taught. That's not a... it's not a bad thing. For 2 days before they said 9 p.m. to peak size, which means you'll be on the sales over in the shop now. You should just compare. Give me the sign to make my head ache. Obviously, it's got, we consider theft as one of the most marvelous cases. It's a school, but you can learn miss things on the internet. Most things on the internet. Yeah! If you look to take the time to look, you can find most things and learn most things on the internet. Honestly, even for coding, I tend to thumb a rule if I'm having problems. Coding can technically be sought out by the internet. Second from the pawnbroker on the night in questions. I learned from such stress is nothing more than a hope and fantasy. Oh, exactly the same? Right, having the diploma can assist in field. Yeah, the diploma is a good door opener, to tell you the truth. It is. It's one of those, well, sometimes not truly necessary. It's tend to be one of those gay open the doors kind of thing. It's like if you'll consider taking a job and you have two people, one who has a diploma and one who doesn't have a diploma. Without even checking their skills, the first thing you're gonna see is that diploma, and you might, you know, say you have, especially in like a bigger field, say you have 300 applicants to a job, and now you have to cut that down to, you know, maybe 100 people, maybe 15 people, or maybe, you know, 7 people. Well, the first thing you're gonna take out is who has the diploma on this field. All those with a diploma pass the first exam. So they don't even read your name, read your skill levels, what you've done, blah, blah, blah. They just see, does he have a diploma? And you move on. So it's always that, so most people tell, you know, people, it's always that door open. You may not need it, you might be perfect, but it's a lot easier if you're going for something big if you have that diploma that keep you in position. Before they start knocking everything else out, you still want to be cut in with those hundreds or so people. Is the project business situation? Can I use this? Because that's how I was told to look at an like a resume and stuff. Before they even get your name or any of that data, they look to see does this man has, you know, this. If that's true, pass along. Then they check that he has this. If it's right, pass along. And then, you know, once you've got past enough to be in that final four, that's when they actually take a look at you. Unquote.
Take that!
You Prince and Telescope. Yes, you cut the bug at last. Can't resist, can you? Got the car side compulsion. Turn number 3 was a surprise. You know, let's put these prices and see what this modification can show us. But which is between these two prints? Identify the location in question for the code accounts. Right here, baby.
Take that!
Right, these two prints are almost identical. However, there's one major difference between them. I know I changed chance to come use freeze before because I was always working at the time. Because I would be working at the time. That's no problem. If you can't make a stream, it's no problem. But I'm glad you're here. When you view the two pictures stereoscopically, you can see one small box has been moved. What area stands out as being different? Location of this small box. Wait. Unbelievable. I love to see the fact that he's looking at it like that. Silver, you're white. That's extraordinary. Says it's very simple. Which is good. Small box was indeed not stolen from the Springbok line in question. However, there can be no doubt But somebody picked this particular box and then returned it to placement on the shelves, suggesting that the small box releasing the plasma screen is in fact, yes, the very same box identified in those photographic photos.
Objection!
Guess what? What if it was? Box was moved on the shelf and nothing was stolen, which means, quite simply, nothing has changed. Very true, but this gray box was stolen then. If it was moved, it could change, which is everything. I believe this changes everything about the case. Can this possibly be? Crucial point is the fact that what was moved was a small box. But does the graphic design degree matter? It depends. I guess you could say the level of your job. And how big of what your company you're trying to go into. If it's a small company, entry-level job, probably not. They might not say something about it, but a huge company, I think it's the entire mentality of how many applicants are applying for this thing, and how many are they trying to accept, and how many are they trying to knock down. So the bigger the employee and the bigger the job, the more they scrutinize what's on that resume. What might have been inside that box? I'm suggesting. Now, if it says decree, it says, you gotta have a BA as a requirement. And honestly, you gotta have a BA for that requirement. Otherwise, you just automatically kicked. They're not gonna even. I said before, they're not gonna even consider you. They're just gonna kick you out. They're like, oh, no degree. I'm out. Yeah, we need to examine that box as soon as possible. Five pieces of evidence is sitting on the shelves at Windbreaker.
Objection!
Would be necessary. Some little box belongs to a man who died 2 months ago. Can't buy from to the trial. Court does not report your Jackson will find this. Bailiff. Arrange for officer to go with Bailiff Street once. Take the small box in question and bring it back here for full examination. Ooh, this case is spicy. We're hoping whatever he stole is in that box. Is that portfolio reporting point as well? Yes, your portfolio is also quite well, but it's we report in half an hour. It's the requirements behind a job application. So when you're dealing with multiple applicants for a single job and it's a high number,